Hi there, I'm Toni Reece and welcome to another episode of It's Personal. And I have to tell you, to date, this is one of my most favorite interviews ever. Just look at our setting. It's magical, it's amazing, and this lovely woman next to me is going to tell you all about it. So I am here with Marcy Tocker, who is the founder of Grey Muzzle Manor. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing what you do, which you're going to let everybody know what that is. But thank you. What a beautiful spot you have.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Marcy, tell me a little bit about Grey Muzzle Manor. I know you said that it was a space that you came to, and you've always had a lot of animals, right?
Not like this.
No.
But I have
Not this
always
many.
had my horse and a couple of dogs.
Okay. And then people all started to hang out here.
Yeah, so I wanted my little family to be together, which included my horse. And people started to say, well, I had friends, I had a stressful day, can I come over? Okay, of course. And I started to see other people getting what I was getting out of it. Mm-hmm. And then they started telling their friends, and then their friends started scheduling appointments, and then that's how that piece grew.
So it really became, it was a safe space for you. You've kind of built this as a sanctuary, right, for you.
For us, yeah,
and
for
then
me.
for your little family, your crew of animals and Marcy, right? And now you actually have people that come here for therapy, correct? Mm-hmm. And also you rescue.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us the rescue side.
So I do senior dog rescue and hospice care. It's very small and it's a tiny part of the organization, but it's important. Typically the animals are considered hospice, so they have some type of diagnosis in which their prognosis is poor. Mm-hmm. But as Sammy, who we'll see, she has stage 3 cancer with metastasis to her lymph system, so she's a very sick dog, but she doesn't know that.
Right.
And as she maybe begins to possibly be affected, that will, we work very closely with our veterinarians to ensure that they're comfortable and happy as long as we can. But that really just reminds us, because she doesn't know, mm-hmm. and today's a good day for her.
Right.
And that's all that matters. And for all of us, we don't know if we're going to get tomorrow.
Right.
So if we had a good day today, then it's worth it. And so that's kind of what we try to focus on, even though it's very hard with these guys, because they're dying, and I've been doing this a while, and I've kind of grappled with it lately, because you still don't want to believe it. Mm-hmm. But we just try our best to give them the best days ever.
So you try your best to give the best days ever to these animals who are just lovely, but then there's also the human component. Now, I'm going to start with the human component, which I think is the most powerful human component here, and that's you.
Thank you.
And without you and your inspiration and talent, this wouldn't happen. So that cannot be taken lightly. Now, let's talk about the other human piece of it, because you provide a service to people, correct?
A couple.
So tell me what happens.
I do community outreach on a case-by-case basis, so that's really, that you see a lot of the practicing non-judgment mm-hmm. model. That really focuses on helping any way we can to help from senior pets from having to enter the shelter system in the first place.
Okay.
A lot of us, it's called life. We run into problems and we have to make decisions. We never in a million years thought that we would. And why should we be punished by having to give away the one thing that's stuck with us? Most people don't want to give rid of their pets, but sometimes that's their only option. And so now we've only been able to do it twice because it is very costly. We cover all medical expenses.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
How does that happen?
I don't know. No,
it's magic.
Both of the situations I was contacted and was in the position where I felt like we could long-term provide health care for the animals. Now the people have to I look for somebody that has owned that animal for a long time. They're already spayed or neutered. They've kept up with regular veterinary care. They maintain contact with us. The first one, they used to visit all the time, and the dog, there were two. The female passed away in care, which her mom got to be a part of all of that. And then he just went home. His name is Dugan. He went home a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
And then there's another that their mom struggles with addiction, and they're 12-year-old Springer Spaniels. And she just saw them the other day after 8 months of being apart. So the next step is moving them home as well.
Okay. And then the other service you provide?
Is the animal-assisted therapy. So that can be kind of seen in many, many different ways. It's a very non-directive type of therapy. If you think of art therapy and music therapy, it's play therapy, it's kind of similar. You're using something else as part of your therapeutic team and your model, and you're really working through the client, whatever that entity is, and then you're kind of just there, guiding if
observing
necessary.
And guiding and facilitating,
yeah.
and using the animals to what?
To help them reach places that maybe traditional therapy wasn't able to get them. They provide, once again, that non-judgment. They are always present. So a lot of, if we struggle with anxiety, our brain is 10 minutes from now most of the time. If you look at these guys, they're thinking about lying down. She's thinking about getting petted. They're thinking about what they're doing right now. And then the kindness piece, as you see, we have lots of species hanging out together. They don't know that they're different.
Well, and I want to point that out. We have a beautiful, is this golden
He's
retriever?
A golden, yeah.
Yep, golden retriever with this huge pig. And I mean, they're literally touching
cool.
each other. And it is awesome that they are laying together. It is just, it's just so cool. They're just hanging out. And like Marcy said, they don't know that they're not supposed to be, and who says they shouldn't be, right?
And if we can be like them,
no
even
kidding.
a tiny bit, and treat each other like we're pretty much the same, how much would that change all of our lives?
The premise of this show for me is, and why I titled it, It's Personal, is that there's a reason why we do things. There's a gut reason that we're inspired to do this. What was your reason?
I have actually realized this recently, so ta-da. I realized that I want Grey Muzzle Manor to be a place where everybody belongs and everybody matters, whether that's an animal or a person, and that they're part of something and that we notice. And it does boil down to that, and I thought about it, and I never felt like I fit or I mattered or I was a part of something. I always felt like I was different, that nobody noticed. And that was really a recent connection. And so I think because I know those feelings, I would do anything to prevent anybody else from feeling that way. And, when I tell people that they do matter and they belong with us, I truly mean that. Each person, even that drops off a donation, I love to talk to them and give them a hug, and they're part of our family, our big family.
Marcy, I listened to what you're saying as far as what inspired you to do this, and that you struggled with feeling as though you didn't fit in and an outsider and weren't noticed. But yet, my gosh, this is the message. This is the message that has to come across here. You may have felt that way, and maybe that was your driver and you didn't realize it, but look what you've built.
I'm working on being able to recognize that.
Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing. It is just beautiful. So your insecurities has enabled you to be inspired to build this sanctuary, not only for you, which is so important, but for the animals and people that are coming here. So how do we have to wrap up, unfortunately.
Sorry.
I could sit here forever.
I
No,
know.
don't apologize. how do people get involved and help you?
There is a website at www.greymuzzlemanor.com. It's Grey. And then as well as our Facebook page, Grey Muzzle Manor. There's contact information, there's scheduling information, event information. With regard to the scheduling, you can schedule the consults, you can schedule therapy, you can schedule visits, birthday parties.
Okay.
I don't even know what else is on there. So my email is there, my phone number. All of the visits to the property are all by appointment only, because I do live here and I'm actually not, my schedule's just very crazy. So
I would invite you to come take a look at what Marcy has built and support it, because think about what inspired her to do so and what she's doing for others. One final thought, we have to make it quick because we have to wrap up. So there's a big question for you to answer so quickly. What's the dream?
For myself or for the organization?
Doesn't matter.
I want it to be, for myself, I want it to be enough. I struggle with that. I don't have enough degrees. I'm not smart enough. Place isn't big enough. Blah 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 blah. And the dream is just to continue to help people and animals, but on a larger scale, and help them, go through the struggles that we all go through with the assistance of the animals, and show them that there is another side and that they're perfectly capable and strong enough to get there.
And they're perfect just the way they are, right?
Yeah, and we love them. They belong here with us.
And they're absolutely enough, as are you, as is this. I cannot thank you enough for granting us this interview.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. This was awesome.